I feel like most people in their lives are being allowed to live small. You're allowed to live a small life. Everyone around you would like you to live small.
If you only go down that safe path, if you only take that job, if you only listen to your parents or other people and you do what they want you to do, you're always going to be unhappy.
Set a goal that's big enough to make you get nervous.
Rise and shine, it's espresso time.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up every morning.
So let's start your day off right. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Ed Mylett. Also, if you want to have more confidence, check out my 254 series. They're free. The links to join are in the description below.
Keeping promises that you actually make to yourself. In other words, self-confident people really are self-trusting people. I feel like most people in their lives are being allowed to live small. You're allowed to live a small life. Everyone around you would like you to live small. Just do this. You're good at that. Man, take it easy. Chill. When's enough enough? Like, come on, brother. You know where we all these messages you get is basically saying, hey, man, live small.
Yeah.
Life's not a big deal. Live small, enjoy it, chill, smoke a little weed, do whatever you want, right? Like, it's just this get by thing in life. And there's got to be some people who go, no, you're supposed to do something great with your life. You were put here for a purpose. Your way, the way you were born, the way you were raised, your background, your experiences, your giftedness all prepared you in your way for right now. And you're supposed to do something great with your life. You weren't born here to be average and ordinary. And there's all this messaging that you're average and ordinary, and you're average and ordinary because you belong there, and it's probably someone else's fault you're average and ordinary too. And I'm like, no, it's your life. You're in control. It's no one else's fault, and you're supposed to do something magnificent. That's the consciousness aspect. The last 1,000 years on earth, doing something great has been reserved to this one little group of people, 1% of the population. They're supposed to do something great. They're supposed to live their dreams. We're supposed to watch them, cheer for them, wear their jersey, watch their award show, comment on their posts, clean their houses, right? Feed them in their restaurants. No. The fact of the matter is, you can do those things. You can change your life. And I'm sick and tired of this hero worship. You live small, cheer for everybody else who lives big. No, if you're a school teacher, be the best damn school teacher. Change the world by those little lives you're affecting. If you're on social media, change the world. Play big. You will never do it wrong if your decision is to do the bigger thing than the smaller thing. That's what I would tell you. Stop playing small. Stop thinking small, and don't let anybody tell you you should be small.
First off, what a crazy fire clip from Ed Mylett. Respect to you, sir. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something, but instead of being world class at that thing, you settled for being just above average at something that you should not be doing. Albert Einstein once said, everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will believe its whole life that it is stupid. That's most people's problems. You are a fish, and you're trying to climb a tree instead of going and being great at swimming. This is the exact problem that I am on a mission to solve. So I recently had a young entrepreneur come to one of my Toronto Q&A meetups that are free that I host every week. And he said, Evan, I have a problem. I'm trying to decide between what my parents want me to be, which is an architect, and what I feel a yearning towards, which is being a musician. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to decide. I don't know how I'm going to be a success as a musician. I don't know how it's going to work out. And my parents want me to be an architect, and there's this clearly defined path for how to do it. And he's afraid. And I think that's so many people. There's this safe, perfect path that has been designed that people have done forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Or there's this new, crazy, messy, unrealistic, unsafe, unsure path, which is following your passion, being an entrepreneur, and trying to figure out where you're supposed to go. Here's the thing. If you only go down that safe path, if you only take that job, if you only listen to your parents or other people and you do what they want you to do, you're always going to be unhappy. You're always going to know that there was this thing inside you that you could have done, that you didn't take action on, and you hate it. It's never been easier to actually be yourself and build a business and have success being uniquely you. Right? This was not open to your parents and definitely not your grandparents. The ability to be an entrepreneur on the side, making money using your phone is something that your grandparents don't understand. It's totally wild. And so you are a unique individual, right? You are, I am, we all are. You have unique interests, personality traits, belief systems. You're unique. You need to do something unique. If you are unique, you need to do something unique. If you're stuck doing the same thing that somebody else wants you to do, you're never going to be happy. Now, there may be some alignment. You may not absolutely hate the job that you're at, but you know you're capable of more. You're Michael Jordan. You are the Michael Jordan of something. You're a genius, an absolute bona fide genius at something. This is why I think it's the world's greatest problem. This is why I do what I do every single day in making this content and videos for you, because I want to unlock people, hopefully more than one at a time, but even if it's just one person who watches this video and gets unlocked, I'm pumped. Because I think if everybody is off doing the thing that they are a genius at, man, I want to live in that world. If most people wake up and are fulfilled and doing work that serves others and brings value to their community, I think we solve all the world's problems. I think we do. I think the woman who solves cancer is an account manager at some sales organization. And she's okay at her job. She knows she's capable of more, but she should have gone on and solved cancer. But she didn't, because she either didn't know about it or she didn't believe in herself enough to chase it down. And so I want that for you guys. I want you to recognize the talent, the capabilities, the insane value that you have to bring to the world, and not settle for some other version of your life. How do you do it? How do you find it? How do you know what you're Michael Jordan at? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process. Let's go. Step number 1 is explore. You gotta try stuff. People settle too early. You gotta try stuff. How do you find your perfect wife or husband? You gotta try stuff. You gotta date people. You gotta see what's out there. How do you know if you like coffee or not? You try it. You can't think your way through liking coffee. You can't. You have to try and do it. And so you get an idea, you go and you try it. Say yes to anything once, within reason. You know, as long as it doesn't violate your code of ethics or put you in massive physical danger or harm. That's not most things, right? Then say yes, just say yes. Try it and see how it makes you feel. Most people don't try enough things. We become creatures of habit. We get locked in on a similar pattern over and over and over and over again. And then you wonder, why do you hate your life? You wonder why you're so bored. You wonder why you don't have enough friends. Because you're not trying enough stuff. Why you're not fulfilled? Because chances are the thing that you could be Michael Jordan at has nothing to do with where you came from, has nothing to do with what your parents are doing or the influences you had growing up. It's chances are it's something totally different. And so if you're only doing the things that are part of your community and part of what your parents want you to do, if that's all you have exposure to, this is amazing world out here. That's where you should be playing. But you haven't tasted it. You need to say yes, you need to taste it, you need to try it, you need to explore, explore, explore. Step number 2 is expect to suck. Whatever the thing is that you're trying to do, expect to suck at the beginning. You're gonna make a YouTube video, you're gonna suck. Go back and watch my first video, 6,000 videos ago, I sucked. I love it, it's the best. You will suck at whatever you're trying to do. You're trying to make your first coffee, right? You're gonna suck. You're gonna pick the wrong beans, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna suck. Whatever you try to do at the beginning, you're gonna suck. That's okay, that's normal, you're supposed to suck. You don't just pick up a paintbrush and paint some masterpiece, right? You're supposed to suck. It doesn't mean that you suck as a human. I actually think you're great because you're trying, because most people are so afraid to try, right? They're so afraid of failure that they don't even try. And so they try and fail as kids, and then as adults they grow up and they're so afraid to try anything new because somebody might look at them as a failure. You gotta kill that thinking ASAP, immediately. You love trying new things. You love failing at new things. You love sucking at the start. It's the best. And then every day you're trying something new, you're learning. How do you get better at something? You practice. How do you get better at anything? You practice. You practice. You can model success, but you still need to practice. And if you keep going back to it, you'll get better at it. So don't worry if your first version of XYZ sucks. It's supposed to suck. You, going into anything new, expect to suck at it. It removes all the pressure. There's no pressure. Then you can give yourself the permission to go off and explore and try more things. And then step number 3 is ask yourself, did you enjoy it? You may have sucked at it. It may have been the worst thing of all time, but did you enjoy it? What you need to pay attention to is the feeling. The people who win, who are at the top of any field, the one common thing that they all have is they love what they do. They love the process. I sucked at making videos. I sucked at it. Go back, you can watch my videos. I sucked at it. It was not very good, but I just enjoyed the process of it. I still enjoy the process of making videos. If making videos is just a strategy for you, you're gonna lose. Why would you keep doing it 6,000 times, right? 6,000 plus public videos. Why? I like the process. If you want to start a podcast, you better like interviewing people. If you want to be a musician, you better like recording songs. If you're just chasing the goal, you're never going to get there. You have to enjoy the process. And so even if you suck at the beginning of whatever it is that you're trying, you're exploring, you expect to suck, and then you see, how does it make you feel? Did you enjoy it? Did you have fun? Do you want to go back and do it again? If yes, if you enjoyed it, and you release the expectations of being great from the beginning, and you go back and you keep enjoying it, guess what? You're gonna get pretty good at it. And when you get pretty good at it, you're gonna be able to use it to provide value to other people. Now you're Michael Jordan, and now you're building a super successful business. That's how you do it. 1, explore. 2, expect to suck. And 3, pay attention to, did you enjoy it? Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're really gonna enjoy, but before that, question of the day, I wanna know, what new thing are you going to explore this week? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're going to take action and you found value in this video, give me a believe in the comments below as well.
I get asked the question a lot, how do I jumpstart again when I've been complacent? You know, I found that I had to ask myself this question as well. For so many years, I was working hard to feed Jelani. I was working hard to give him an equal chance. I had this goal that by the time he was 18, I would have transformed our lives. And I ran hard for it, and I worked hard for it. And by the time he was 18, our lives were completely transformed and barely recognizable. And I found that I had slowed down a bit, still running, but running at about 70%. And the challenge that you have to watch out for is that your 70% could be someone else's 115%, because you are such a game changer. So you can impress a lot of people never playing full out. And you can look up and a year has passed, 3 years has passed, 5 years have passed, and you haven't played full out for a while because you've already achieved a lot by some people's standards. But there's still so much more that you can do. I want to coach you in this way. Dream a dream or set a goal that's big enough to make you get nervous. Oftentimes, if you're not setting a goal that's beyond 3 years out in front of you, there's not enough to run for. So I want you to look at your goals. Can you achieve them in a year, 2 years? I want you to set a goal for 3 years, set a goal for 5 years, and set a goal for 10 years. Yes, I said 10 years. When I did this phenomenal program called Lifebook, they had me set 10-year goals, and I was so uncomfortable. I sat there silent for a moment. I hadn't thought 10 years out about my life. But if you go out far enough, 10, 5, 3, then all of a sudden you're playing for something so much bigger. And then set a goal that makes your knees knock and your teeth chatter a bit. If you know how to get to your goal, you're not dreaming big enough. Now, the goal also has to be realistic. So it has to be realistic, something you can do. If you're currently making $80,000, then your goal in 3 years isn't to make $500,000 unless you have a path that's viable to get you there. That's real. The thing that's really important to remember about a goal is that if you set lofty goals that you will never hit because they're not realistic in the first place, you have to set realistic goals. Doesn't mean you're not capable, doesn't mean that you don't believe in yourself, but realistic goals. If you set a bunch of unrealistic goals and you don't hit them, every time you don't hit a goal, you lose just a little bit of hope in yourself, a little bit of faith in yourself. And then what happens is you look up 5 years, 10 years from now, and you're not dreaming anymore. You're not setting goals anymore. You're afraid to tell anyone. So set a goal that makes your knees knock and your teeth chatter a bit. Set a goal that's 3 years out in front of you. Set one that's 5 years, and set one that's 10 years. As a matter of fact, set several in all those timelines. And then hook your caboose to the train of other people who are running as fast as you are. Surround yourself in a community that inspires you to want to stand on your tippy toes. They inspire you because they're doing so much. Now, they believe in values, they believe in faith, they believe in family, but they also believe in running hard, playing hard, and living big. Because if you're the biggest fish in your community, then that's okay. You just need to get a second community to play inside of as well. And so if you find yourself going, hold on, I've become complacent, walk out 15 years and go, do I want to look back in 15 years and this was the best that I did? The answer probably is no.
If you want to know Ed Mylett's thoughts on wanting it bad enough, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
I want this. This is my outcome. This is my goal. Like, how bad do you want? Do you want as bad as breathing?